Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sisko and Mike. Today's episode is going to be a great one. It's going to be a little dramatic, and it's not going to be because of Mike today. How's it going, Mike?
What's up, bro? This was always...
Oh my God, I hope you like my sweater. My coffee.
Yeah, for those that don't know, today we're doing our Christmas episode. We got our ugly sweaters.
Well, I made mine, so I hope you guys like it. These are supposed to light up, but...
And make sure you guys check out the bird on his shoulder right there.
Yeah, they the homie alone.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
What's up, Sisko? I mean, today, like Sisko said, it's a very special episode. This is going to be our Christmas special. We have a very special guest, and before we announce her, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on, obviously, in the media world, or obviously out there in just life. We heard of Twitch, who recently took his own life, and, you know, we don't talk about issues like this all the time. I mean, here we try to talk about them all the time, but I just want to say, or on behalf of us, we want to say, you know, it sucks if this time of year, a lot of people go through some shit, and a lot of these things happen, and we just want to say, if you're going through some shit, reach out to somebody, you know, talk to people, talk to your friends, or maybe you don't want to talk to them. If you see your loved ones, and you see that there might be something wrong with them, reach out to them. You know, say I love you, say are you okay? Just be there for them. Like I said, we all go through mental shit, and it's sometimes we just need somebody to be there for us. So again, we just want to say, you know, we're sorry for Twitch's family's loss and for the event that happened, and we just wanted to acknowledge that and say,
yeah, most definitely. I mean, we appreciate everybody reaching out and telling us, you know, that they love the episode because we were vulnerable, and you know that's what it's about.
Yeah,
you're not alone. Just remember that you're not alone. If you need something, I'm sure we can link some number down at the bottom or something. And hey, shoot us a DM if you're feeling some type of way, because we've gone through it. We all go through it, and just always remember that.
Yeah.
But ready to move on to our guest? Or?
Yeah, let's go ahead and present her. I know you like to do the presentations because this is your thing. This is where you shine. So go ahead.
All right. Well, see, now he makes me nervous on that one. Well, she's an actress, a dancer, now an executive producer, right?
Yes.
She's got a film coming out that she just worked on. It looks pretty dope. It's giving me some drama vibes and suspense, so I'm looking forward to that. We got Sonia Balcazar joining us today.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored to be here with you both. I'm
Thank
really
you.
excited.
For the second time.
For the second time.
Yeah, this time it's working. We had it before and it didn't work out. But I know she brought us a gift last time.
Oh, that's right. It worked out perfect because now it's the Christmas special. You know, she brought us a little gift so we can celebrate. So thank you again.
You're welcome.
We appreciate it. Yeah. But yeah, Sonia, so you're actually Bay Area, born and raised, right?
I am. East Side San Jose. Yep.
There's a lot of people going, like, lately. I know Johnny was from up there.
Hey.
And there's
Johnny Murillo?
Yeah, Johnny Murillo. We had him on here telling us about.
Yeah.
Did you guys grow up in the same neighborhood? Or
he grew up in the West Side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
San Jose.
I didn't even know they had West Side, East Side over there either.
North Side, South Side, we got it all.
I'm sure it's like a neighborhood, right?
All the directions.
Well, downtown's pretty cool. Well, it's pretty small, but San Pedro Square, right?
Yeah.
Is it San Pedro Square?
I'm not gonna lie, dog. I thought San Jose was a small city until I went there.
Oh, when I made you walk the whole thing?
No, I went there. I took my kids there for last year, and
Square, like miles, it's bigger than San Francisco.
yeah. But I'm saying, like in my mind, I just thought, oh, it's a small city on the way to San Francisco. And I was amazed. I mean, I remember the stadium that he made me walk. He took me to a game.
Yeah.
He took me to, I think it was the Packers 49ers.
Packers 49ers.
And we had to walk miles.
Well, we went to downtown. We went to downtown first to start like bar hopping and pre-gaming. And I don't know where the hell we ended up, but we were by like what is it, Koreatown or like Japantown? Yeah, Japantown.
That's a long walk.
Yeah,
he made me walk all over the place.
I wouldn't even walk that. I'd probably call it Uber.
No, what I did, we got to the stadium. Well, we got to the outskirts of where they don't let you go into the stadium anymore. And I used my military status. I said, I'm a disabled military vet. And they pulled us in a little carrito, in a little car.
I forgot about that for real.
And they're looking at us because we have a bottle, two six-packs. So they're like, oh, you're disabled.
Hey, his disability is not it's not alcohol, okay?
Yeah, so that was fun.
It's carrying all this
was nice.
He wouldn't let me carry the ticket, the season ticket.
Why?
Because he's not a fan.
Because I wasn't allowed.
At least you're
You didn't even want to drink from the cup.
No.
Well, you didn't
I
either.
didn't want to drink from the cup either.
Yeah.
So that kind of hurts my feelings, though. Yeah, it's all right. I'm gonna hold that against you guys today.
So tell us, Sonia. Tell us how you grew up and how you came about wanting to be an actor, an actress, doing all these things that you're doing now. Where did that start?
Let's see. Well, I grew up at Eastside San Jose. You know, really good family. My parents worked a lot, and they worked a lot. They did. My mom worked a lot. She worked nights, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning. She worked really hard. My dad worked a lot, like from like early morning. He would work overtime at night. He'd come home really late. And so my siblings, I helped raise my siblings, my little sister, my little brother. I have an older sister too, but I was the responsible one in the family. So my dad was like, watch your older sister. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. She's supposed to be watching me because I'm younger. He's like, no, but you're the responsible one. So you watch her. I'm like, oh, God. But helping raise my family and you know, my siblings and just being there for them. And we all supported each other, right? I didn't really have anything for me because I was always taking care of other people. Right, I was taking care of my brother, my sisters, and it wasn't like I even thought about it. I'm a nurturing person, so that's what I would do. But I realized I didn't have any, I didn't know it then, but I realize it now as an adult when I reflect, that I needed some type of outlet for me and who I was as an individual. And I didn't have that because it was always about giving to others, helping and, you know, helping the family out. And so I think in the 6th grade, you know, there's a lot of different inputs and a lot of different things that shaped who I am and what I wanted to do. But in the 6th grade, I significantly have this, I have this memory of being in English class, and my 6th grade teacher assigned us this speech to do, this writing assignment, right? This speech assignment. You wrote the speech first, and then you turned it in, and then she graded it, and then you had to memorize it and then present it in front of the class. And so I had never done anything like that before. But I guess when I did the assignment and I memorized it, I was like, how did my brain do that? I just rehearsed the lines, and I'm like, my brain memorized the whole speech from beginning to end. Yeah. And then we go and we present it in the 6th grade class in front of the teacher and stuff, and I'm like, wow, how did I do that? I rehearsed it, I practiced it, and then I was able to feel comfortable to give the speech in front of the class. And I grew up shy. Yeah. Really shy and really quiet. So to be a shy, quiet person and then have the confidence to rehearse the speech and then give it in front of the class and feel like, I think I did good. I think that felt really good and it made me happy. I'm good at it. It made me feel like this is an outlet for me to express myself, right? Nice. And again, I still didn't know, but the teacher was like, oh my God, you're so good. You did great. I'm like, I did. Thank you.
Just a natural.
Yeah. And then it just so happened that they have these, you present those speeches to the school. Mm. And so we did that, and then they judge the students, and then they decide who goes on to a district level to do a speech. It's like a contest. Mm. And so then I went on to the district level to go say the same speech, but in front of the district. And it just kind of went on from there. And so I realized, wow, I think I found something I'm really good at, which happened to be the rehearsal and then the performance. Gotcha. Which is what acting is, right? Mm-hmm. Same with dancing too. And so it was a way for me to express who I was in a rehearsed way, but also have the confidence to be in front of people because I was really shy, super shy and quiet. Yeah. And then, and dancing too. So then when I would dance and practice and rehearse, I was on a dance team with my friends in middle school. Just being able to practice and rehearse and then perform, it allowed me to express myself through dance too. So those are kind of the moments I remember, planting the seed where I really want to be an actor. I really want to be a dancer, and artistically express myself, because that's all I really had to be able to be who I was and find something good for me, Yeah. And then it just kind of grew from there. When I went to high school, my freshman year, I auditioned for a play. I was so nervous. It was The Crucible. And I remember going in and I had the script. It was a cold read and I was shaking like this. And I was like, oh my God, I'm shaking. I can't control it. But it's just because it's nerves. And once I was able to, I got the part and then rehearse and then I'm fine, So yeah, I found my calling, my art through just, those experiences.
Nice. We were in a dance crew too, remember?
Yeah.
What? You were?
We weren't very good breakers, but
we started a breaking
crew. In sixth
it
grade.
was me, Cisco, the homie Freddie,
And Fernando.
Okay.
And we would go to his house, and we practiced head spins. And
Did you have a cardboard in the middle?
Yeah, we did. We did put one. We put one in the middle, and remember, we used to do.
My memory is pretty.
We were in good. We
we were.
I mean, we were the Power Rangers at one point too.
What were you guys called though? Would you guys have a?
I don't even
We
think we
didn't
had
have a name. We weren't even that good to have a name.
Yeah. But we're supposed to be breakers.
I did that too. I did head spins. I did like.
But I'm talking about like we had to hold each other because if you couldn't go by yourselves,
like turn.
Yeah,
turn.
we look like.
And our worms were just like laying flat.
Mind you, I wasn't this big back then, so I could at least make the little worm motion. If I do the worm motion right now, it's just gonna look like the shuffle truffle. You know what I'm saying? But anyways,
you know it's crazy that looking back now at life, I wish I would have done more things like that too. Got into like more of the arts. I know for us it wasn't I don't know, in our high school, like I don't even know if we had a drama club, if we did or we didn't.
I saw he let me borrow the yearbook the other time. We did have a drama club.
We did?
Yeah,
but just looking back, like, damn, don't you wish you would have like
Look, I'm not gonna lie. We've talked about this in the past.
But you were gonna be one of those people that were conned. That's not acting.
That what?
That was conned.
No. I think that the way we grew up, it's just like you were explaining. San Jose has hoods, and in our culture, either you're working hard or you're growing up in a messed up family. It affects, like we talked with Chicano Hollywood. We talked with about the
living up to fake
like
expectations,
not wanting to show that side of you because certain people, like the homies, might think it's something wrong. I always loved that. Like, obviously, you see now, I picked up cameras and I did photography for a while, and I did one thing in high school. I remember, I never forget. I think it was for English, where we did a little skit where we were supposed to be Jerry Springer. And we used a streetcar. Hold on.
Jerry Springer? What?
Yeah.
That's so inappropriate for
so
inappropriate for.
No. A Jerry Springer style episode, but we used a streetcar named Desire.
Oh,
that's
an interesting twist.
Yeah, the buck.
Yeah. You remember Estella and the sisters chick? Yeah, so we did that. I was Steve. I played Steve because I was bald. And I was the gangster back then, right? But we did that, and I loved it, and I've been trying to look for that cassette because somebody has it out there. It was a videotape we recorded on an old school camera, and I always loved that. But again, it was like the homies are not gonna think, like, I had a homeboy back then that would not approve of it.
That's not cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're right. I think I wish I could go back and
the closest thing I did was my senior project on film production, where I made my own movie.
Did?
Yeah, I did. I did like a kind of like an and one mixtape. Because I would play basketball, like that's the easiest thing.
Did you do that?
I have no experience. Yeah, I would go to the parks and record the people. Yeah, for real. Like just put it together, and I remember doing that, and it's something that like movies obviously were huge for us. So growing up,
Blood In Blood Out was my favorite movie. I mean, and you got to work with Jesse Borrego, so
I think it's everybody's favorite. Like, I don't know one Chicano or Latino that doesn't have Blood In Blood Out as one of their favorite films of all time.
No, that's my favorite. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I watched that movie over 300 times. I know it like the back of my hand. I could recite every. Anyways,
he can. He's one of those people that like. No, you're having a conversation with him, and he'll throw like a movie line, and you're like, "What?" And he's like, "Well, you never seen the movie?"
I did it the other day. I texted him. We were having a group chat, and I said, "Hey, you're on the Kmart Pay As You Can plan." You know what I'm talking about, right?
I don't.
You get it.
I didn't get. Oh, that's what it was.
Yes, from Blood In Blood Out.
Hey, so did you get that one?
I didn't get it. I was like, did he say that? Wrong person?
So, anyways,
I think we just ignored it.
So tell us. So in high school, what other stuff did you work on, or did you wait until after you graduated to start focusing?
Well, actually, I think I read you didn't even go into acting, right? You had a different career path at first.
I did, yeah, because my dad wouldn't let me.
Oh.
He was like, nope. You're
And
not
why is that? Is it because of typical
Mexican American family where you work hard, everything that you want in life, you just got to work for, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to waste it away, in their mind, waste it away doing art or acting or anything like that. Like, get a real job and do, real work. And that's really the perspective that he came from, which I respect. I respect my dad, because my dad and my mom, they grew up working, they grew up in the labor camps, My dad was in a labor camp until 13 years old. So they lived in labor camps until he turned 13, and then they actually moved to a house. But my mom too, and, working the fields. So if they had to do that as children, right, get off of school, go work the fields, and then, you're living in a labor camp, it's like, when you get the opportunity to have a good job or get an education, you're going to work and you're going to do, what's good for you and your family. You're not going to do art or other things, right? So it just wasn't, they didn't have the luxury of being able to think outside of surviving.
Gotcha.
So I learned that from them, but it was good because I have a really good work ethic that I got from my parents that, through their example. They just taught me, like, through example, like, anything you want in life, you work for. You
implement it into your...
Yes. And so I use that in my daily life, but I did try my dad. I said, can I major in acting or drama or theater or, psychology or I was giving him all these majors. He's like, nope. Do something practical, mija. I'm not going to pay for you to go to college for you to do that. No, do something that you can support yourself with. Do something that you can get a job with, a career, and support yourself. I'm not going to pay for you to go to school if you're just going to, be a starving artist. Yeah. So do something practical. And he goes, mija, after you get your degree, you could do whatever you want. You could pay for yourself to go back to school, but you need to get that first, that foundation first. And so I cried to my mom, Mom, he doesn't love me, Dad. Well, whatever your dad says. So I look back and I thank my dad all the time. Thank you, Dad. Thank you. Thank you for doing that for me, because I'm an artist. I'm an actor. I'm a, executive producer. I could do all these things because I have a business degree. Mm-hmm. And so, and he's the one that guided me to choose that as a career or choose that as a major in college. And then when I got out, like, it's almost like he wrote his speaking those words. It's almost like he wrote my destiny, because exactly what he said is exactly what I did. I went to college. I graduated, got the degree, got a great job, right? A great career. I moved up and moved on and moved up and moved on. And then I paid for myself to go back to school. I went to a 2-year program in San Francisco. And then it was like he just wrote it for me, and I worked the plan, and here I am, and I'm able to do even more than he had imagined I could do, or even I imagined I could do through that path.
That's cool.
That's cool. I mean, sometimes as kids, teenagers, we think our parents don't know best, but they're planting the seeds for us to eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just want us to do better than them. At the end of the day, like you said, your parents grew up and work in the fields, and that's not easy labor. So my parents, when they got here, my mom worked 2 jobs and my dad worked también. Your parents did the same thing, and look where you're at now. Your mom built this, and then you help her build it after that. So I think that's awesome that you saw the value in it, because a lot of people don't see it. Yeah. A lot of people just say, shit, they're holding me back. Mm-hmm. Fuck that, I'm gonna go do what I want to do anyways. Mm-hmm. And then they go out there, and then when they're struggling, they're living back with their parents.
Or we deflect like, oh, it's their fault.
It's their fault, yeah.
It's their fault.
Not my own.
They don't take responsibility, so yeah.
Yeah.
So kudos, I want to say kudos to your dad and mom.
Yes. And then also, because it was tough, it was a tough journey too. I remember, I think it was the end of my sophomore, or like the middle of my sophomore year. I called my dad and I was like, Dad, I was crying, Dad, it's hard. Like, it's so hard. I'm homesick. I'm tired. It's hard. I want to come back home. And he's like, nope. You stay there. He was mean. He was like, nope.
He sounds strict.
He's very strict. He's the strict one of the family. Like, all my cousins are afraid of my dad.
Where's your family from?
My dad's family's from Guadalajara. Actually, both from Guadalajara, but my mom's from Texas. So, and my grandparents are from Texas. They're Tex-Mex, but also from Guadalajara too.
Okay.
But yeah, he's very strict with us growing up. Very firm. But today, like now, he's retired and he's like, soft and like relaxed now. He doesn't have to be so mean. But what I love is that all my friends that I grew up with, like my guy friends and all my friends, And then my brother's friends and my cousins and everyone, they all respect my dad. They have this like level of respect for him that he earned over the years. And it's like, I don't see many men have that, like people just respect him. Yeah. And then I hear stories of things that he did that I never knew. Like my cousin in Texas, he's like, yeah, you know that one time my mom couldn't afford to buy my baseball cleats and my equipment, so your dad bought it for me? And I go, I didn't know that. Or like, you know, your dad, my cousin's husband, Jesse, he goes, did you know that your dad took me to my first Warriors game? I'm like, no, I didn't know that. So he does all these things for people that he doesn't ask for recognition. Mm-hmm. He just does them because he wants to help. He knows
it's the right thing to do.
Yeah. Right? And people look at him, they're like, I respect your dad. I'm like, thank you. Thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah.
There's something to inspire for, huh? Yeah. Just got to be able to help and not.
Yeah, because I want a legacy like that.
Yeah.
You know, when I grow old, I always say, what's going to happen? What's going to be, not on my tombstone, but what are people going to say about me?
Exactly.
And
that's how we live forever, man. The stories that people tell about you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's crazy. So San Jose, you got your degree.
Yeah. Well, actually, I went to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
Okay.
Right, because my dad wouldn't let me come home. He's like, I was in San Luis Obispo. It's only like a 3-hour drive from San Jose, but it was still
pretty far.
Away.
Yeah.
And I was like, Dad, I want to come home. Nope, you're staying there. Nope, you started this journey, you're going to finish it. Nope. I was like, but Dad. And my mom was like, whatever your dad says. So I stayed, I graduated, and I'm happy because, I mean, I would have given up had he not pressured me and you know, to tell me, like, not giving up. I would have went home and went to school there, but he's like, no, you started it, you finish it. You went there, you went to Cal Poly, you finish it. Don't start something you can't finish.
You still hear his words sometimes? When you feel like down and you feel like giving up and you just kind of hear his voice in the background, like, no, you got to do it. You got to do it.
Always. Yeah. Always. Just because he's taught me through so many situations in my life. It's just ingrained in me now. But even, I tell this story a lot too, because when I was in middle school, if I got an A- or a B+ and I didn't get straight A's, I'd get in trouble.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah.
That was me.
And I'm like, well, why? But Dad, like, I'm still on the honor roll for like A's and B's. And he's like, no, but you could have been all A's honor roll. I'm like, okay, but it's an A- or a B+. He's like, I'm gonna go talk to your teacher. I'm like, no, don't do that, Dad. But when I look back, because I was mad, I was like, but why? Why don't you do that for my sister, my brother? Like, why me? It made me angry. And now I look back and it's because he knew I was better than that. He knew I could do it. I just needed to focus. And so putting the pressure on me is what he was doing at an early age. Super young, he put the pressure on me from the get-go. And so all that pressure he put on me as a kid, it's who I am today. That's why I work so hard and it's not a thing. I just do it, you know, because it's how he raised me. And so I'm grateful for that too. My mom, she worked hard too. I mean, my mom, she worked nights, 12-hour days, came home in the morning, made us breakfast, took us to school, went to conferences, didn't sleep, went to our events at school, and then she didn't sleep much, and she still went to work 12-hour days, you know? Like, both of them work really hard.
Do you think that's changed now with people now?
That's a good question.
The value of hard work?
Yeah, like, it's just like, you know, we live in a different era. Obviously, we're going to always say social media. Social media has a lot to do with everything.
You know what else it was, too? That we weren't educated enough to know how many doors there are, you know what I mean? Or professions or opportunities there are. I mean, even though they're still limited for us, you know?
Yeah.
Being Mexican, Latino, Chicano, whatever, they're still kind of limited, like in the communities. But there is a lot of outlets and a lot of things that we didn't know. So, I mean, it's just different because now the world is at the fingertips. You can look up, financial aid? Okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, for us, we have to go to our counselors and ask them, and how does this work and how does that work?
True. Yeah. The access to the knowledge that there's more out there. Yeah. There's more than what somebody told you could do. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. But I think, what I was thinking, I guess my question was, I think it's very easy people get distracted. Like you said, if you have lived now what you lived then, would a lot of people would you have gotten sidetracked easily? You know what I'm saying? That's.
Yeah, I think there's so many, like you said, with social media now, the times are different. There's so many distractions, right? And if you're not taught to focus, and you don't discipline yourself to focus, then you're just going to be all over the place.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
And without that, it's without that discipline, it's going to be very difficult to achieve goals in a period of time. It's going to probably just take you longer, or you'll have some detours. But it's definitely different times, you know.
Yeah.
It has an impact on society for sure.
Yeah. The only reason I say it again, because if you're out there wanting to do something, we always say, not mine, his words of wisdom is, it's never too late. And what is the other one?
Time waits for no one.
Time waits for no one. So if you got something you want to do, get it done. Just get it done.
And I agree. It's never too late.
It's never
too late to do anything you want in life. Never too late. Like, I have friends who approach me now and they're like, hey, I'm considering getting into acting. I'm like, do it. And they're like, you don't think it's too, I'm like, no, do it right now. Start. Like, it's whatever your heart is tugging at you to do, listen to it. It's there for a reason. So do it. Don't listen to what other society is going to think, or your friends or whoever. Just, it's your life, right?
Yeah.
You got to live it.
Just don't go by what the guy in the mall or the girl in the mall tells you. Because, I said, don't go by what the girl and the guy in the mall tells you. Because you know how at the mall they used to be those people that, hey, you could be an actor.
Special, and you look,
so don't.
That hits close to Mike right there. That hits home.
They caught me like that.
They
so.
caught him.
I thought I was going to be an actor.
Spend $10,000.
No, my dad said, that's pendejo. That's what my dad said. He took me to the audition. I told him, honestly, to this day.
You feel like you killed it.
I killed it, dog. I fucking killed it. I think I would have gotten the role on Boy Meets World because I had curly hair back then. But I'm just saying, I could have been Corey. I could have been with Topanga.
It would have been Carlos. It would have been
Carlos.
Carlos and
Carlos and
Tonya.
So anyways, I had it. So don't fucking listen to those people. They're just taking your money. Anyways, that was my rant. I should have saved it for my no manches, but.
Yeah, for real.
So what was one of the first projects you worked on?
Film wise or theater or
which route did you go?
Actually, before you get into that, what do you prefer, film or theater? Because there's a lot of people, like I went to New York and just seeing people on theater, and they're like lifers. They just love doing theater opposed to acting in film. Are you or either one, or you love both, or it's just the whole?
I love both. They're very different. Both of them are very different. Theater acting. I started theater acting. That's in school. Middle school, high school, college. I did Chicano Teatro in college. So I was a machista. So me and our machista artists would get together. We had our Chicano Teatro troupe, and we would write our own skits, and we would perform on stage. And we even, I worked for Upward Bound. I was a tutor for Upward Bound, and we would work with the students that we tutored. And we also did skits with them and had them perform on stage. So I did that a lot in college. And then after I graduated, when I went back to school in San Francisco for my acting, to focus my acting education, it was all theater at first. So the first year is all theater training, technique, movement, your voice, all of that. And then the second year is film. So then they teach you all of the film, the camera work, film acting, and they're completely different styles of acting. So I did a lot of theater there in San Francisco, and then also a lot of film.
Nice.
But that was, I guess, if I were to, they're two different things. It's like, let's say you like to play basketball, but you also like to play baseball. So, you just they're different, but they're both a sport. They're both something active. So they're very different, but I love doing both. I do a lot more film now, obviously, because I've done a lot of theater up in the Bay.
Also, I never knew that there was I knew that they were different, but just when she was talking about the movements, the body movements, like what? Like the voice.
Yeah, I think it's more expressive in theater, right?
Yes, and you have to project, because if you can imagine how big a theater could be, and you have to perform for the person in the back row. So if you're not projecting your voice or your body movements and being, very expressive, they're not going to pick up on that.
Gotcha.
And then with film, it's right here in a small frame. And so you don't have to be big. And if you are, you're probably going to get out of frame, out of focus. So you got to stay still in most cases and act from a quieter place.
So it's a lot harder than people think.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people think it's just going out there and being in front of the camera and like.
Yeah. I mean, we had our moments at the beginning coming out on camera, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So, we
Practicing, rehearsing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we used to do a lot of takes. And I was like, oh, shit, like, I messed up. I don't like this. And now it's like.
I still freeze sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. Yeah, bro. I still freeze sometimes.
Sometimes I got to jump in and just. Anyways, what's one of your favorite roles that you've played?
Oh, it was this theater. It was a stage. It was a scene in San Francisco. It was a theater called Shelton Studios in San Francisco, Union Square, and it was a scene from a film, or it was a play first. They turned it into a film called Days of Wine and Roses, and it was about alcoholism. So this couple that were both alcoholics, and there was a scene in there where the wife, first the husband's an alcoholic, and then she became an alcoholic, and then he gets better. He goes to AA, and he's trying to get her to clean up, and she's not. She's at rock bottom. And so the scene starts where she's, I'm in a motel, and I've been there for days just drinking and, doing things outside of the marriage. And then the motel manager calls my husband, who is on the credit card, and says, your wife's still here. You need to come, get her.
Yeah.
And so he shows up, he's sober, and he sees me rock bottom and in the hotel, and then we talk about, he's begging me to get clean and begging me to go to AA and begging me to, help the marriage work because we have a daughter. And so that scene is just about, a person, a human being with addiction and being at the rock bottom and that moment. And where do you go? Do you choose to heal or do you choose to stay where you're at? Well, after that show, I had a woman come up to me and she just grabbed my shoulders and she said, thank you. She goes, I've been sober for, I think it was over 10 years. She goes, that was me. That was me. I've never seen me before. And that was me. That was me at rock bottom. And that, you helped me see that that's where I was.
You resonated in there.
Yes. And so at that moment, in that role, I said, this is my purpose. My purpose in life is to help people feel seen, is to help people, no matter how ugly the role is, right?
Yeah.
Alcoholic woman sleeping with other men, married and rock bottom, that role, as hurtful and painful as it was to do, it spoke to one person who was that. She is that, and she felt seen, and she said, thank you. You helped me feel seen. That's all I needed is confirmation for me to say I'm in the right.
That's
I'm
crazy.
In the right art.
That's crazy. You know what? And it's funny because a lot of people sometimes see movies and they see these fairy tale movies,
fantasies,
and they forget that that's not
that's not reality.
Yeah, that's not reality. People are going through shit, like what we talked at the beginning of the episode, and portraying those roles, it literally, you never know who's gonna be listening and who is gonna affect, and just that story right there. I mean, that's fucking amazing, because I'm pretty sure that's what makes you feel like you're doing your job correctly. You know what I'm saying? So I like roles like that. I like watching movies that are more realistic.
It's just powerful being able to reach a person, people.
Exactly.
With like that.
So
how did it's a little off topic, but how do you get into that, playing that role? Because that sounds like a difficult role.
Yeah.
And especially because the way you performed it, that you were able to reach her. How did you get into that? I know there's method acting and there's different things, but how do you get that mindset too?
It's very difficult, and I was trained method, but also I've studied other styles too, but that was my foundation, and so I can't go method as much as I used to maybe when I was just starting, because I realize it gets me to a really dark place and it's hard to get out. But you do. You personalize it. You kind of tap into your personal pain and your personal grief that you've had in life, and you tap into that, and you kind of stay there, and you bring it up, and you're there, and it's kind of like you're setting yourself in a dark place, and you're keeping yourself there so that you're in that zone. And it's difficult, and it's hard, and it's sad, and it's painful, and you have to have an outlet to bring yourself out. So I did another play called Fool for Love, and just so happened I was going through a breakup at that time. But the play was about a couple who were kind of going through it and then going through a breakup. And so I was able to use all the pain I was going through in that breakup with in my relationship on stage. And so to scream and cry and punch the wall and punch the floor and just be, you know, in that like fury, I used all that pain I was going through in my breakup on stage. Every single day I cried. Every single night, every single rehearsal, show, I did it. And I was in a dark place for a long time. And so I knew I needed to get out of it. I'm like, the play's over, now what do I do? I'm depressed, I'm sad, I'm angry. What do I do? How do I get out of this? So luckily I had auditioned for another play, which was a comedy, that started 2 weeks after. And we started rehearsals on the comedy. I had gotten the role. And I had to rehearse the comedy and be happy and singing and dancing and, you know, everybody's having a great time, that it took me out. I didn't even think about it. I was like, okay, now switch the role. I'm in this other role. And it just, if I didn't have that as that path right after, I would have been in that dark place longer. And so I was like, oh no, I got to switch it. Okay, happy, like we're all joking around. That took me out of it. So it's kind of like you flip the switch, right? And then you become the new character, the new person.
Dang. You know, that gives me great insight, because, you know, I always wondered, you know how they said like Heath Ledger, when he did the role of the Joker, how he went into a dark place and he didn't make, obviously, you know, with everything going on too, you know, like he did the same thing, you know, but it explains a lot, because she just explained it, and I always wondered that. That's something that I always like, how do they get into that position where a role can do that? But it makes sense. Yeah,
it's hard, because imagine, I mean, we are our thoughts, right? Mm-hmm. Our thoughts manifest our future and our what we want in life. You think good thoughts, good things happen. You think negative thoughts, negative things happen, right?
She's already dropping the words of wisdom on us.
I know, right?
Well, I strongly believe that. If you're always saying, you know, well, nothing ever good happens to me, well, then nothing ever good's going to happen. If you always say, I'm blessed, I'm grateful, I'm blessed, good things come to you, and you're grateful and blessed, and more blessings come, right? Yeah. But, you know, if you're continuing to tell yourself in that dark place, like, I'm in this dark place, then you're going to be in that dark place, right? Yeah. You have to consciously tell yourself, I need to get out of this. I'm going to be grateful. I'm grateful I woke up today. Not, oh, man, another day. No, I'm grateful. Thank God I woke up today. I'm happy. I get to wake up today. I get to live another day, right? So it's just shifting your perspective.
That resonates again. She's right. You know, it's a lot of us, and I say us, like in people in the world. You know, when you go through some shit, you start thinking those negative thoughts, and they fucking consume you. And then, like, I know, like I said, I'm going through some shit that sometimes I'm like, whoa, I catch myself. The other day I was able to meditate. I've never been able to meditate.
Good for you.
Shit, you're not.
It's a funny story, actually. Can I tell it?
What?
Your meditation?
Can I tell your story?
What? Did I tell you about my meditation?
Yeah, you told us about your meditation. Okay. Remember, so in the group chat.
You go ahead. Go ahead.
So he was in the group chat. He's like, "Oh no, you called us.
I called you.
We were on FaceTime. Yeah, it was like a group chat FaceTime." And he's like, "I meditated," and I was like, right there, and I was like, and he started talking about himself. Like he's like, Mike. He started calling us Mike. And we're like, what the?
Yeah. Were you high? I was like, no.
We're like, what? Are you still like on cloud nine or something?
No.
You meditated that you manifested yourself into other people?
No, that's not the story. I made tea. I made
what kind of tea?
A ginger tea. It was ginger tea with honey.
Okay.
And I put it in my mug, those thermal mugs that keep it hot. Yeah. And I was chilling there right before work, and I'm chilling there. And I've been trying to meditate. I don't know how to meditate, but I've been trying to meditate every day now. And I said, man, fuck it. I'm just going to put my headphones on. I put my headphones on, and I'll start listening to, like, corridos, and the corridos about like breakups shit, right? And I'm like, okay, me pongo enojado, me pongo hyped up. Grupo Firme, right? And I'm just like, man, fuck this shit. Like, I don't need this shit. I put Native American music on. I put the
That's
flute.
what it was.
Yeah.
I put Native American music on because that shit calms me down.
Yes,
It calms me down. So I put it on and I have it at full blast and the flute's going. And I'm just chilling. I'm not meditating yet. I'm not trying to meditate. Okay, I'm not even trying to meditate at this point. I'm just calming down, chilling. And I get my mug and I'm trying to, estoy soplando so that, you know, to cool it down. And I just close my eyes. And as I close my eyes, I'm blowing into the mug to cool it down. And you know when you have something on your ears and you could hear the internal, like whatever's outside, you could feel it or hear it internally and it sounds different. I start hearing my breathing. And I'm like, I could hear my breathing. I'm like, oh shit, that sounds cool. And then all of a sudden, I felt my breathing slow down. It was like, to the point where I know this fools are laughing.
We told him he probably fell asleep or something.
Nah. For 30 seconds, I could hear my breathing in and out. And it was the calmest thing in my mind. And all I could hear was the Native American music in the background, the flute, and then my breathing. And that was it. And actually, I woke up. I opened my eyes and I was just like, holy shit, that felt good.
Yes.
So
it's relaxing. It calms your anxiety, right? It slows your heartbeat. You're just calm.
Exactly. I felt
breathing.
the calmest.
You gotta do some yoga. Yoga is like
great.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I've never been able to meditate or do yoga.
It's hard, but it's
There's I meditate daily and I use this app called Calm.
Okay.
And
sponsor us.
Guided. I know.
Shout out.
You know, it's guided. Well, you can go on YouTube. You know, guided meditations. But it's I teach my nieces, my 8-year-old niece, how to meditate. I sit down with her, and just because I need her to know there's alternatives to stress and anxiety, right? And if you teach them young, they'll have an outlet to say, oh, they all have devices. She can go on YouTube and she can look up a meditation. And they're so smart with technology, right? So this was when she was 8. I have 3 nieces and a nephew, but I had taught her how to meditate. We did meditation, like kids meditation at the house, my brother's house. And then I came, they're in San Jose and I came back here and she called me. She's like, Tia, can we meditate? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not there. I'm back in LA. And she's like, well, we can FaceTime meditate. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. We can.
Yeah.
So then we'll FaceTime meditate. Like I'll put something on. She'll sit in the room and then we'll meditate together. It's like, I wish I had that when I was 8, right?
Yeah.
Like someone to type. Because even if it's 30 seconds, a minute, 3 minutes, 10 minutes, it's calming and it's a way to reduce stress and anxiety.
Yeah. Well, I just thought that at that moment. I was like, wow, I did it.
Good for you.
I was telling everybody, so I was excited. I was calling this fools, but apparently they were making fun of me. So now we're gonna call them again for my
We'll come back. We're gonna have a group meditation.
we started YouTube.
It's because you started calling us Mike, so we're like, what? Like,
yeah. So the last time I called this guy Mike, we were actually
you called yourself Sisko.
Yeah, we were closing out the episode, and I said, "Hey, well, this is Sisko," and he's looking at me like, "The fuck are you saying, fool?" But
he's acting. He's a method actor. He's like, he gets into other people's roles.
Becoming you.
Yeah, he's becoming you.
So, anyways,
Man.
what's
Meditation.
what type of movies or films do you like to do better? Comedy, drama,
visceral roles.
Okay.
Dark visceral roles. Yeah, that I gravitate towards that for some reason. But ironically, I also get cast in a lot of comedies, and I don't see myself as a funny person. But when I audition, I get cast as a funny person. So
well, no, but we saw you on the King of Downey. Yeah, that it fits you. Like
Yeah.
You
want to talk? Can you talk about that?
Oh yeah. Well, you guys interviewed Johnny Murillo from Chicano Hollywood, and we did that for Chicano Hollywood, King of Downey.
Which
Jerry
is
Garcia.
hilarious, by the way. It's hilarious.
It's fucking funny.
Yes,
we're cracking up.
Yes.
I mean, the cast, you, your husband, the actor that plays your husband. He's actually a comedian, right?
Yeah, Jerry Garcia.
Yes.
He before I think he's doing acting now.
He has an HBO special, HBO Max special, Jerry Garcia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him at the Improv back in the day, but. I know you also Concrete Live came on, right?
Concrete,
yes.
Jay Valentino,
Marco Para, let's see, and then Carissa B. She plays our daughter, and then Max Caster plays our son.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, it's a good, it's like a Chicano Modern Family.
It was funny.
It's hilarious.
That shit was funny.
It's hilarious.
That shit was funny. So
well,
we'll be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're also looking forward to your new movie coming out too.
Oh yeah.
That you executive produce now too. So you're actually on behind the scenes of it as well, right? That's a big difference.
Big, but it wasn't. It's interesting because it wasn't what I had expected. Because this particular, I executive produced this because it's my passion project. It wasn't like someone gave me an idea and said, "Hey, can you executive produce this and act in it?" No, it was a passion project that was a seed in me that needed to get done. And you know, when COVID hit, a lot of us, we had a lot of time to reflect on our life, on our decisions, on our path going forward, healing, a lot of things. And that's what happened to me. I just reflected on a lot. And there was a story I needed to tell about my personal experience growing up and a relationship that I was in for many, many years. And the healing process of looking back at why I was in that, toxic relationship for so long. I just look at the generational patterns of addiction, of alcoholism, of, just the patterns and the habits that are passed down from generation to generation that you're just okay with because that's all you know.
It's right? A norm.
It's the norm, right? It's the norm. And then, the women in our family who stay because they're loyal wives, loyal women to the family and to their husband. I learned that from my family. I learned that from my grandmothers, my mom, my aunts. And so I just figured, well, I stay because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be loyal. You're supposed to stay in the situation no matter what. And I've seen them go through much worse, so it didn't make sense for me to leave for something that was minor compared to what I've seen the women in my life go through. And so not until, COVID hit and I'm no longer in that relationship, but I reflected on that and I'm starting to heal from all of that. And I'm on a healing journey. But in that reflection, I realized that I had to be that generational pattern breaker and walk away. And even though my family loved him, and they still love him, I still had to walk away. And so it's hard for the family to, my brother loves him, It's hard for him to deal with, he doesn't have the brother-in-law he used to have before, We weren't married, but he was significant in our lives. And so, to be able to have the courage to walk away from something that's not healthy and say, I deserve better, I'm worthy of better, and it's hard to do. And I did that, and that's my story, and I needed to tell it. And so during COVID, all these feelings and healing came up, and I said, you know what, I need to make this film. I need to make a film about what I went through, what my mom went through, my grandmothers, my aunts, my friends, some of my best friends, what they go through or went through. We got to tell our story from the woman's perspective. Why did we stay? Why did we stay? Because we're loyal and strong and we could get through this. But we work hard too, and we're in pain. And I wanted to give every woman that I know a voice, give myself a voice. And that's where this film idea came from. And I just had to do it. And I started talking about it to my friends. And I did an ayahuasca ceremony with with my close friends we grew up together. My friend Shane, he had invited me out, my friend Jaime and Darius. And then after we got out of the ceremony, I was like, I saw the whole thing. I saw the vision of the whole film. Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. And that was about 1.5 years ago. And here we are. We finished filming.
Yeah.
We did it, right? We did it. But I needed to executive produce this because nobody was going to stop me. I didn't need to ask someone permission to tell my story.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it no matter what. And I didn't know where the money was going to come from. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I knew I was going to make this film. I was going to tell this story. And so I did. And I still look back, I'm like, how did I do that? I don't know how, but blessings and blessings and blessings just kept coming. And we did it. And I mean, there was a journey in that too, right?
Yeah.
Well, you talked about it, manifesting your thoughts. Something you wanted to get across, and it happened. Yeah. Good things happen when you push it forward. But thank you for sharing that, because, you know, you talked about it in the beginning. You've always looked out for your brothers and sisters, and, you know, this time you looked out for yourself. So kudos to you for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, and that's something important. We talked about it with generation and with our parents' relationships and the machismo in our culture and things like that. So it's definitely generational breaking time. So
yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me talk about that.
So tell us a little bit more about the movie, though. It's called Addicted to You, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, it already sounds like a thriller, suspense. But maybe I'm wrong. But you said it's about your perspective, right? So it's not about him being addicted to you. It's about you being addicted to him.
That's what I was.
It's about addiction and codependency. So, you know, I'm accountable for my decisions. I'm accountable for staying. And I'm accountable for being addicted to the highs and lows of that relationship. And I see that now. I can't look at him and say you were to blame, because I was addicted to him. I was addicted to that relationship. I didn't know what healthy relationships looked like. And so I'm addicted to him. And I'm telling that story. But he's also addicted to alcohol. So, you know, we're telling that story where it's a cycle. It's that cycle of codependency where, you know, there's no one person to blame. We had to go through that journey for a reason. That was our life path. I would do it all over again today. I would go back and do it all over again, because I learned and I needed to have that journey in my life. It gave me art. It gave me probably the most beautiful piece of art I've ever created thus far in my career. And it's because of the pain that I had in that relationship that gave it to me. And able to take that pain and say, okay, I spent years and years and years of my life there. What do I do with this pain? Well, let me create art. Let me create what I know best, which is my acting craft. Let me create art with this pain and alchemize it into something beautiful and healing. And I hope that if a woman could watch this and say, that's me right now, or that was me, and I walked away, or maybe it's time for me to walk away, you know, or maybe I don't want to walk away, but I want to feel seen. I want you to know I struggle too, but I'm still here by his side. I want women to feel that way and say, you saw me. Thank you. That's it. That's it. They don't have to thank me. I just want them to feel seen. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why this film, Addicted to You, had to be made. And it's a short film, but we're already so excited I haven't seen it, right? But the director, the cinematographer, the producers, they're all so excited. So we're already talking about, actually we already decided we're making a feature out of it.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
And we're writing the script, and we're going to have it ready in a few months.
Is the short film going to come out or premiere in any festivals?
Yeah, well, we're going to have the short, it's editing now, and it'll be in the film festival circuit for the next 12 months, and you'll be able to screen it there. But we will have a premiere out here, and we'll have a premiere in San Antonio where Jesse Borrego's at. And
Nice.
Jesse Borrego plays my father.
Hey,
So
shout out to Jesse Borrego. Crucito, you
His
know.
idol.
Hey,
Yes.
Crucito, my favorite character in Blood and Blood Out. So,
yes.
you know, because he brings passion to his role. So,
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, I was just about to comment on that, because you actually star in the movie as well. So you were able to express your feelings about the whole situation too. And then,
That's how I pitched Jesse, right? I just, a good friend of mine, Jaime Peralta, got us the call with Jesse, and he said, you have 30 minutes. You be ready. You're going to pitch him. It's a hard stop. You're not going to go over. Be ready. And so telling him my story, and my father played a significant role in me feeling supported to walk away. And it was important for me to represent my father clearly in this film. But it's obviously fiction, right?
Yeah.
It's not the same storyline. It's just my pain is what I'm talking about. It's not, I wasn't married, I didn't have a daughter, but that's in the film what happened. It's fictional. It's the pain that I'm expressing, but I wanted my father's character to be present in the film. And so that's where we pitched Jesse, and I told him, you know, how significant my father was to me, and knowing, Mija, you can always come home. The door is always open. I got your back. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You make your own decisions, but you can always come home when you're ready. And I knew I had that with my dad, and that's important. So I told that story to Jesse and how significant my father is to me. And he said he would honor it and read the script and let me know. And then the next day I got word and he said yes.
That's nice. That's nice. I know last time you came on here, you said you were looking at various actors for that role. And the best one actually, I mean, this one, you didn't even.
I didn't plan.
It just works out.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you didn't plan it because why? Because you didn't think he'd be interested, or
I never even thought I could access Jesse Borrego. I never even thought he would take my call or be in my film. Like, I just never thought it was possible. And it's the way the universe works, right? Yeah. Where in executive producing this film, there was a lot of hurdles, a lot of roadblocks, a lot from day one, nonstop hurdles and roadblocks, but nothing stopped me. And it was every roadblock and every hurdle was because something better was around the corner. But I didn't know that. So I'm like, oh man, that didn't work out. What's going on? I got to figure this out. And then something new comes up and I'm like, whoa, that was even better than before. And then something new. And so that was happening left and right. And so we had trouble looking for the father role. We had cast folks that it didn't work out and people were busy and they were booked. And so I was desperate. And it came to a point where I asked everyone, and I was DMing, calling, texting directors, producers, friends, actors, everyone I knew. I need someone to play my father between 60 and 70 years old. Chicano father, actor, I reached out to every Chicano actor in the industry almost.
Mike, you just missed the age limit.
No, I'm still looking for Corey Rose.
Yeah, and so then a friend, Tootie, who I was working with on Manny Jimenez Sr.'s series, Tootie was in one of the roles, and we were, waiting for our scene to come up, and we were talking. And Tootie works with Mario Lopez, and we're going to work on a project together. So we were just talking, and I was telling him, I need to find a father. We're shooting next weekend. I'm having trouble, and he goes, you know what? Jesse Borrego will play a good father for you. And I was like, yeah, right. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, sure. And he's like, no, you should call our friend Jaime. He knows him. I'm like, no, you're serious. Oh, okay. He's like, yeah, call him. And so it didn't come, it was out of desperation because we didn't have the father cast that made me ask people, everybody I knew. And then he brought it up and he encouraged me to call. And I would have never called him. I would have never even thought he would be in my film. And so when he said yes, Jaime, talked to him about the project and how important it was to me. And, he talked to Jesse about it. And then he said yes. I cried. I called my parents, called my brother. He cried. Everybody's like, is this happening? Jesse Borrego's going to play my father? It's amazing. And he showed up and he was the most genuine human being and like a father. Just like a father.
Just fit the mold perfectly.
Yes, it was perfect. And I feel so grateful and blessed. And it's going to, when y'all see it, it's going to be.
Oh, I can't wait.
I know,
I can't wait. I seen the cover.
Yeah, just the cover alone.
The cover alone looks pretty interesting. And then did you just explain the topic? I mean, it's
powerful.
Yeah.
Relationships.
And I just say something about your work and what your vision is because, he was willing to do that. And that says a lot about you as a producer now. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Your vision resonated with him and he said, fuck it, let's do it. Yeah. And now it's done. Now you're just waiting for it to be released. And like you said, you're gonna do a feature about it. So
yes.
Damn, that's gonna be dope.
We're making a feature already. And also Jesse loved the character. He's like, I'm playing a real person. I'm not playing a narco. I'm not playing,
Cholo.
Yeah. He goes, no, I'm playing a real person. And this father, he loved the character.
That's
he said,
he already signed up for the feature film.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He signed up for what's next.
I said, I'm gonna throw it out there. If you're looking for, I don't have curly hair no more, but if you're looking for a bald Mexican, just
a brother, bro.
or a cousin, I just, I handle
background.
Yeah, background.
Hit me up.
The party at the house.
There you go.
Party.
I could drink a good beer, I don't have to talk. But no, congratulations to you for those, honestly. And thank you, Jesse, for believing. So,
Yes.
you know, hopefully we could reach out to him one day and be like, hey, Jesse, we got a podcast we'd like to be on. But
I don't know if that would be a great idea. I don't think this guy would be able to talk the whole time.
yeah,
He'd just be like, Vatos locos.
Yeah. No, he's such a genuine human being. Really, really down to earth, really genuine, but such a love and light inside of him. You can just feel the love and the light from him.
Yeah, it's just his voice too. I mean, he has that voice where it's like soothing. I mean,
meditation was that's what you meditate to. Jesse Borrego's voice.
Viva la raza, viva la raza.
Host a meditation. We'll all be there. That'd
Viva la
be great.
raza. No,
Hey.
no, so is there any other projects you're working on now or that you have in mind that you're going to bring up about? Or is this just your main focus?
This one here, we're going to be pretty busy in the next 12 months.
You're going to start filming, writing the script, you said, right?
Writing the script for the feature, but as far as this short film, it's going to be in the Film Fest circuit, so we'll have to be available to travel.
When does that start?
Well, we hope to have an edit pretty soon in the next couple months, and we're moving pretty fast. Everyone's pretty inspired. Like we can't even sleep. Everybody's just working so hard on it.
That's dope.
And we'll have the trailer this weekend.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Heard it here first.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see it, and then the film will be available. Well, once it starts getting to festivals, you'll be able to screen it in the area. But I just know everyone on the cast and crew, it all resonated with everyone in some way. They said, you know, I said those words, or I heard those words, or I've been through that, or I've done that, or I've seen that. Everyone walked away saying, I recognize this story. And so that's what makes me feel like it's going to resonate with so many people who don't see those stories told because it's not the nice, pretty, put a bow on it kind of story. It's the reality of our relationships and how dark they can get.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to resonate with so many people.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. The trailer comes out where?
Online, we'll share it online. I'll share it with you.
Okay,
and then
cool.
You can share it as
Yeah,
well.
because I definitely, you know, I love movies and I love trailers.
Yeah.
I'm the type of guy that likes to see a bunch of trailers. Like I got to go to the movies and if I miss the trailers, I'm pissed.
I know that in the beginning.
That's my favorite part. Yeah.
And I'm the spoiler guy, so
Don't talk to him.
You guys want the spoilers for Addicted
Don't
to You?
tell him nothing about the movie, or this guy's gonna tell everybody for reals. So don't do that.
Spoiler alert. No.
But I really feel like the purpose of this is to provide healing, and if I can heal just one person through this, even if that one person's myself, then I'll be happy and complete.
Maybe not even the healing, kind of like you said, because you talked about telling their story and them being heard. I think that's more important. Even if they don't say it out loud, deep inside they can be like, damn, you know, that's me, and it's definitely something I need to change, or, you know, just that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
We appreciate you sharing that and telling us that.
Yeah, thank you.
Ready to move on to No Manches?
Before we do that, she did bring us a gift, and she said we were gonna do. We're gonna open it up. It's time to open that bottle up because.
And that's my
and we wanna
favorite,
say-
by the way.
Is it? I've never.
You haven't had it?
We want to say
It's
thank
smooth.
you,
Thank you from
Thank
Sonia
you,
Claus.
honestly.
You're welcome.
Sonia Claus.
Sonia Claus.
So I'm gonna open it up, and I'll pour shots. Everybody, even the guests, even the viewers on the sideline.
Sound guy, just don't stop recording.
I don't got names.
The plastic safety.
I'll start going.
That's good, tequila.
So
It's really
how
good.
long does it, like, making a short film, even a feature film, how long does that take? How's the process for that?
It depends on how long it is, how many pages, or particular short film. It's in general a minute a page. So if you have a 15-page script, it's about a 15-minute film, give or take, because depending on the scene or the circumstances. But we're trying to get our short film down to 15 minutes so that it's in a good block for all the film festivals. However, for the feature, I don't know. It depends on how long our script is. Maybe 90 minutes.
Are you writing the script, or you're just kind of working with someone?
Yeah, I'm working with the production team that is doing this film, which is Four Ways Entertainment and Cinema Killers. So David Manzanales is the writer of the film. I brought the story to him, and I had it storyboarded, and I had the scenes already, you know, the opening scene, where we're coming from,
You had
middle.
the vision already
Had
laid
the
out.
vision. I had my roommate's niece. She's an artist. She's in middle school, and I had her storyboard everything. I took her around the house and showed her where the scenes were at. And she storyboarded it. So when I took it to David and Four Ways, they wrote the script. He wrote the script, and then just brought the story to life and the dialogue. And so it just kind of pieced it all together. But so this one's 15 minutes, but the feature, well, who knows, you know.
I'll pass them to everybody here.
Okay.
So can you grab these? Thank you.
And thank you again, honestly.
Thank you. Yeah.
You didn't have to give us anything, and we appreciate it. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on. I'm really grateful.
And just sharing, yeah.
And we're glad because it's just in time for you to talk about the film.
Yeah.
Yes, it's perfect
Things worked
timing.
out. Things worked out perfect.
Yes, Addicted to You is the name of the film. So
I got a question because I have a little confession.
What's up?
I've kind of still to this day kind of feel like, man, I kind of want to do an acting class. Do you still take acting class? Once you become a bona fide actor, you know, and you already started in a couple of films, short films, whatever, do you still continue to take classes and improve? Or
I'm always a student. I need to learn. I need to continuously learn and keep my brain, you know, active. It's a muscle, right? Your body, everything, it's a muscle. So I'm always a student. I'm always taking classes all the time. And in anything, like, you just have to keep learning and be a student, a lifelong student, so that you can iterate and get better. And if you think you're at the top of your game, take more classes and get even better. Take a private coach, get better. We can always improve. You can't stop. You know, if you stop, you die. Like, you need to keep growing and moving, and it's just endless learning. And I'll always be a student. We were just talking last night. My friend Bernice Vaya, she runs From the Streets to the Set, and she's got a group class for her team, and it's on Tuesdays. And we watched their showcase last night, and I said, "Oh, I want to join your class next quarter. Just let me know when it starts." She's like, "Okay." So I'm gonna join another class.
Nice. You ready, Michael? You want to do that or what?
Yeah.
You gotta make the Corey thing come true.
The Corey? Oh, me? You're talking about that?
No, not the shots. I'm talking about the class.
No, I mean, I don't think so. I think my thing is behind the cameras. Even though now we do the in front of the cameras thing. I don't know. I don't think. I think I'm too old for it.
No,
it's never too late.
Were you not present when we started this podcast?
I know. But that's not.
Are you hearing again and not listening?
I'll tell you what I want to. I was meditating.
He's like, if I escaped, I was listening.
Yeah, I was meditating. No, I think there's something I do want to try, and one of our past guests told us just fucking do it. I want to do comedy.
Do it.
Stand up.
Yeah,
stand
do
up.
it.
I want to do stand up. I've always wanted to do it. I just never had the balls for it. Mm-hmm. One of these days, I'm going to go to open mic, and I'm just going to just fuck it.
But
do it.
Even that takes work. People don't realize that it's not just about throwing jokes. These comedians, just like acting, they sit down and write the material.
I just don't want to... I don't want to talk about, like... Everybody talks about their life. And I think you, to a certain extent, you got to incorporate that into your jokes. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to, I don't want to be George Lopez. I don't want to be fluffy. I don't want to be, yes, I want to incorporate my shit. But at the same time, I want to be who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I'm funny sometimes. Yeah. I don't know. This would make fun of me. But anyways, I think I'm funny. Yeah. So I want to do it. But I just not any little courage. I haven't had the courage. So
just rehearse. Write it down. Rehearse. And then get a small group like us. Do it in front of us. Practice, rehearse, and then do it in a little bit bigger crowd, and then a bigger crowd, and you get more comfortable. It takes practice, but don't be afraid to fail, right? Yeah. So failing is what helps us get better, and you can't be afraid to fail, because I've failed thousands of times. Yeah. Thousands of opportunities. But you have to keep going, and that's how you learn, and you get courage by failing.
Yeah.
Like Johnny said, dude. Give yourself permission to fail.
That's true. I
Johnny
love this
Murillo
message.
said that, yeah.
Yeah.
I love this message.
As long as you got the bread on your shoulder, you're cool.
You're good.
You're killing
it. We haven't talked about the homie, right?
Just keep the homie there.
I've been fucking chilling.
Have you tried ventriloquist?
You want to kiss the bird?
Comedy?
It touches my ear. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I forget I got a bird on my shoulder. Anyways, again, thank you for the gift. Thank you for the bottle. We're gonna take a shot. in honor of your new movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Addicted to you.
Yeah,
Addicted to you.
So, cheers.
Yes. Cheers. Cheers. Yes.
Salud. Salud, guys.
Salud.
Oh, it is pretty good. Oh, it is good.
Smooth. Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I just, the cap fell on there. I'll get it right now.
Oh, it's
right
fine.
over there.
Oh, I like
You want
that.
another shot? Let me know. Maybe at the end I'll take another shot.
I like that.
And then we're going to walk out of here.
And
But-
you won't get a hangover with that one.
Oh, you won't?
At least I don't.
You don't take those little hangover shots?
What?
What's
Yeah, they
that?
sell them at Bevmo. You didn't take it either. Yeah, that's just nasty.
What is it, like electrolytes?
Nah, it's nasty. It smells like... Nah, it smells like fucking rotten orange juice.
Oof.
It's a liquid that you take, and you supposedly take it. It's kind of like the...
Just take some Pedialyte.
No. You take it before you start drinking.
Oh.
And then you could drink, and then the next morning you have a hangover. That's
drink
what it claims.
Water before. You're good.
Yeah, but you got to take a bunch of water. This is a little shot. It's like the 5-hour shots.
Okay.
But instead of energy, it gives you no hangover the next day. But anyways, they were nasty.
Don't try
He
it.
took that shit, but I don't know.
It works.
Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna move on to our next segment,
No manches?
the No Mancha segment. You obviously know you
Yeah.
grew up with our culture. And No Manchas could be something funny or something like a pet peeve. And we're gonna start with you. You want to start today?
I'll start it.
Okay, go
We're going
on.
to keep it in the movies.
The movies?
No, it's Christmas time. And you know, why? Christmas movies. That's my no manches, first of all. Christmas movies. Why do we get stuck on them?
On repeat?
Like on repeat. Like I'm stuck on Christmas movies. Like I watch them last year. I watch them throughout the
Like
year.
what? Like the Home Alones and the.
Elf, Home Alone, Four Christmases. I know you love that one. How rom-coms? You love your rom-coms.
You know what's
Yeah, he likes romantic comedies.
I do like romantic
Anybody
comedies.
that-
I'm sorry if I called you out on that one, but
I
yeah.
do like romantic comedies. What's wrong with that?
But like, I really start feeling that Christmas cheer. You know, I really start getting that Christmas feeling. Like
Well,
it's weird
'cause
because
What's your favorite Christmas film?
man, I think either Four Christmases or Elf, definitely.
Elf.
See, I grew up in a Mexican household. So,
That's what I'm saying. So I can't relate to any of these movies as
Dog, you never watched the Papa Diosito one? The one that they.
I don't think
that
I've ever seen.
Jesucristo? They pass it on channel 34 and channel 52.
On repeat.
On repeat,
24 hours.
yeah. And your mom puts it on Christmas Eve.
I wouldn't want to watch that because
No
my
vas
mom
a
would.
cambiarle la tele. I'm like, Mamá, esa película ya la hemos mirado, El Diosito. That's one where he gets a little bird. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like it's like from the 80s or
Nah,
70s.
we would never
never
watch
seen
it.
it?
Nah, because my mom would talk about that 365 days a year. So
Oh,
I was good. I didn't wanna watch it.
My mom would put that shit on repeat.
but
So,
I don't know why I get into these movies. I can't relate to any of them, but it's like start feeling the Christmas cheer, start getting that little knot in your throat. You're like,
nah. That's because you like Christmas, dog. Christmas is not my favorite time of year.
It's an escape, right? It's
yeah,
like a
I guess,
escape.
yeah. It's escape.
Holiday escape.
You never wanted to be Macaulay Culkin running around New York, like.
I not running around New York. I wanted to be home alone.
Well, I mean,
All the booby traps.
Wait.
I was like, what would I do if I was
Yeah,
setting
exactly.
up booby traps?
we were
That's
home
pretty
alone
good.
all the time. We weren't just that creative.
That's true. That's true.
That's true. We were latchkey kids. I know.
Yeah,
it
we
was.
that's true.
They just turn on the TV for us, and that,
Yeah,
we watch other people do gimmicks and stuff. So booby traps.
But we didn't have the type of tools this fool had. Well,
And all the
all the
gadgets, huh?
gadgets. The
That's
fuck
true.
like,
That's
But-
true. But yeah,
that's your no manches?
that's my no manches.
my no manches is obviously I have a fucking built-in sweater.
Hey, you got creative. So you busted a Macaulay Culkin.
For you.
I was home alone and I did this shit. Right?
And hey, the thief still good. The thieves got in and took everything down. But he built the sweater.
Left the sweater.
Hey, what the fuck? If you guys gonna do ugly Christmas sweaters, if
Do
you're
it
gonna
right.
no, not even that.
What is she trying to say?
I know, my shit was all fucked up.
No, I mean, you
Make
did yours right because you did it. I'm
Make
sorry, it's ugly.
Oh, thank you. You like these are supposed to light up. These are supposed to be my sagging chichis. Oh, there you go. I guess if you tap them, they light up. No, I don't know.
Flashy.
Anyways, hey, what the fuck? Make bigger sizes for fucking people like me. What the fuck? That's my no manches, dog. Like I went to Thursday.
You know,
Well, I guess I waited too long. That was my fault.
yeah, you were
So,
calling us after every store. You would go, they don't have
Fuck,
any
I
at this
didn't find
time.
nothing, dog.
This is the fourth Walmart. They don't have it.
No Burlington, no fucking Ross.
I had to look for you.
Yeah,
just
but
stop
I
at
couldn't
Store
find
Salute.
it. Fucking smalls and mediums. I'm like, who the fuck is so small to me? I
I
haven't
get
had a
it.
medium in years.
Just in general, this was the only one they had in extra large. Everything else was medium.
That's not even an ugly
And-
sweater, dog.
I know. I don't even work out, dude. But whatever.
Yeah.
It was swole.
But anyways, my no manches is if you're gonna throw fucking
Ugly
Christmas or any holiday for that matter, like what is leprechaun day, pendejo? St. Patrick's Day,
Patrick's Day.
Valentine's Day. Make shit for gorditos like me. You know what I'm saying? Like we need loving too.
Gorditos lives matter.
Gorditos lives matter. Fucking hashtag that shit. You're gonna hashtag that shit. All right, cool.
That's a good one. That's a good
So
one.
that's my no manches.
Well, my no
Sonia?
manches is not holiday related,
This
but
fucking Burke. He's
at the holidays when you're with your family, you need to know this. I hate it. It's a peeve. When you finish the toilet paper roll and you don't put a new one back. Even though there's a whole stack, like in our restroom, we have a whole stack. Like they're all there. There's no reason you will never run out. It's always
Afuera?
full. They're stacked up on a
Okay,
a
gotcha.
rack
Okay.
like that holds them. You finish the roll, and it's empty, and that's right there. It's like here. You can't take one of these and put it in here.
You talking about the guests?
No,
If they-
people
family,
who live
just
there
in
or
general.
guests or
Oh, okay,
whatever.
gotcha,
If you
gotcha.
take the last piece of toilet paper, put the new one in. Don't just leave it the cardboard. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's true. Huh?
Like it just a pet peeve. I'm like, why would you walk away and like now put the drives me nuts.
No, I feel you because estás en chinga and you're like,
Hey,
fuck, man. And
it's a 50-50 blame, though.
why?
Look at it from the other person's perspective. When you walk in, what should be the first thing you look for?
Make sure there's something there. You're right. Because I've gone and I've taken dumps and shit where I'm like,
No,
fuck, where's the fucking toilet paper? And then you're looking for it, y no hay nada. So you gotta make sure que haya. Pero like
But
you
when you
said,
get there-
pero si hay,
Yeah.
if you see
But
it
it's
there,
just courtesy.
right here. Put it
You
right there.
just be courteous.
But no, I do check. You should
Yeah.
advise. You should check before you go.
But even then, it's a hassle. You're like, damn, why didn't they just put it or they finished it?
unless you go to somebody's house.
Yeah.
Because I don't like looking in people's stuff. Because you never know what the fuck you're gonna find.
I know it's true.
So if I look, I'm like, fuck, there's no toilet paper.
wanna
Like I
see
go to,
that.
I have a brother, right, that has his own apartment, and sometimes he doesn't have toilet paper. and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to open his door because I don't know what what he has in there. I'm talking about sound guy. So I don't like opening people's shit. So
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, if there's no toilet paper, I just me aguanto. Let's go outside.
Just go outside, nature.
I mean, just go outside and back onto the. No, not like that. What the fuck? No.
I'll ask. I'll be like, I'll check. I'll be like, where do you keep your toilet paper? I'll fill it for you. I'll fill it, and then no, I got it. I got. Show me where it's at.
You know what's funny? Because sometimes, the toilet paper is not in the bathroom, and it's in the garage. Like I said, it's in my house.
Yeah.
So
In the
you
garage?
do like
You don't have like a cabinet outside?
Or in the
Or like
no,
a
it's in the
little
garage. We have a
closet?
thing in the garage. But because we buy the big ass rolls, fool.
Yeah,
Right,
I
like
know.
the big ass.
Yeah.
So sometimes you run out inside. There's none. No, somebody didn't fucking refill
replenish.
it.
See,
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah, that's-
problem.
I don't
That's
like
my
that.
no munches. Like,
Yeah.
low, fill it.
They
You
don't
know
even
it's running
replenish
low.
the extra ones.
Yes.
And they're like, Mika. Here it comes. Because my oldest, I'm like, what, Dad? And I turn up the light, right? And I open the door like that. Hey, can you give me toilet paper? Dad. And then they fucking stick their hand in. And you just get the fucking.
You just go. Thank you.
Anyways, I only say it because my daughters hate that shit. So,
It's hilarious.
but anyways, I don't know. I don't know no manches.
That should
It
go in
happens.
your comedy piece.
For reals, huh?
There you go.
Well, you know who said? You know who had something similar? This fool, the show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the toilet paper.
The toilet paper in the
oh,
grandma.
That's my mom.
The
That's
soft-
my dad.
That's my mom.
The hard one and the
Yes. Yes. But when I come visit, she knows because the toilet
Do you
paper.
get in
thing-
trouble?
No. When I come visit, my mom actually has a Sonia toilet paper pack that she'll bring out because she knows I'm home and she's like, I'm not. No, that's paper. That's like
That shit hurts.
sandpaper.
That shit hurts.
No.
You don't want to come to my dad's house then.
Same way.
Because you're going to think you're at a fucking industrial place.
Hey, the
I'll
other
tell
day-
you why.
The other day he asked me, he's like, hey, mijo, ahí agárrate una caja y llévatela para la casa.
Yeah.
I was like, just take like 3, Dad, no 2.
Okay, so my dad, I'm not going to say, well, they don't know who the fuck he is. My dad works as a janitor at a company, right, or a big place.
Yeah.
And you know they don't have the little toilet papers. They have the fucking
rolls,
the big ass rolls like this thick. So that's what you're gonna get. I'm a dad's house.
And it
There's
doesn't
no-
fit anywhere, so
There's
it's just
just-
sitting on top of
you
the
just
sink.
fucking
And
unrolling
you unroll it.
On the bright side, it's not gonna run out.
I guess you took care of the replenishment.
There you go.
So anyways, that's just fucking funny.
Yes.
Moving on, we're gonna move on to our words of wisdom. We like to finish off with words of wisdom. I know you've said a lot that we can, that we can use as words of wisdom, but we want to know what is something that us, the viewers, your viewers, can live by. Something that you live by that they can take and use in their life.
I would wholeheartedly say, love yourself. Love yourself, and that means a lot of things, but self-love and loving yourself means believing in yourself, taking a chance on yourself, betting on yourself, taking risks, doing what is in your heart, what goals and dreams, and like you said, doing stand-up or, comedy or acting, taking an acting class. Have so much self-love and belief in yourself that you're going to do those things. And you're going to believe in yourself, and you're going to try them, and you're going to fail, and that's okay. You're going to keep trying, but have so much love for yourself first, because that's where the blessings come in. That's where the abundance comes in, and believing that you're worthy of those blessings. I feel like it took a majority of my life to understand that, and I've only just become aware of what self-love really looks like and feels like. And once I believe that I was worthy of my own love for myself and not just giving it away to everyone else, that I needed to give myself that love too and believe in myself, all the blessings started rolling in like a waterfall. And believing that you're worthy of all those things. And once you believe that you're worthy and you love yourself, and not in a conceited or selfish way. It's, I love myself enough to keep myself healthy and balanced and meditate. And I can say no because I need rest, or I can say yes because I'm worthy of taking that risk. That's what I mean by that. So, love yourself first, self-love. Do that, and I think blessings upon blessings will manifest.
Nice.
Amazing. That's important. And who was it? Eden? Alex, remember? He talked about it. He used an analogy, actually. He said when you get on a plane, they always tell you, put the bag over your head first before you put it on your children or before you put it on anybody else, because you can't help others if you can't help yourself first.
So thank you for the words. And, hopefully, I know it's easy to say it, but it takes a lot because I'm learning to love myself. You know what I mean? So those words resonate with me. It's I talk about my toolbox. I put stuff in my toolbox that I use in my daily life. So definitely one of the things I'm gonna put in my toolbox, because it's easy to forget to love yourself. It's easy to, like you said, when you were talking about your negative thoughts, your mind, it's fucking powerful. I didn't know how powerful that was. But your mind, what you put in this fucking thing right here, can affect you in many ways. And it's crazy. It took me a long time to understand that. So thank you for those words, honestly.
And thank you. And keep believing in, you're right, the thoughts that we say in our heads and we say out loud, that's what creates our life, right? So speak positive words on yourself first, above all else. Like, I'm worthy of having a healthy, balanced, good, happy, joyful day and all the blessings that come my way. You're worthy of it all. So believing it, thinking it, your thoughts are extremely powerful, and they could change the trajectory of your life, depending on where you let your thoughts go. And of course, we all have negative thoughts that kind of, you're like, things are hard. And then you got to snap out of it and bring yourself back to the positive and know that it's okay. We're not perfect, and we don't have to always be perfect. We're not trying to be, but give yourself grace and then come back to, I'm worthy of good things. And you are.
Cool. Thank you.
Words of wisdom all day. Huh?
Yeah.
No, but we want to thank you for coming. I know that this is the second time, and it just worked out a lot better. We appreciate it. We appreciate the gift, all your words, your projects coming up. We can't wait to see it.
Yes.
So thank you for being on.
Yeah, thank you, honestly, and we look forward to having you in the future. When you become a big star, don't forget about us.
You're gonna see me again. After we do our feature, you're gonna see me again. I'm gonna be knocking on your door. Hey
All
guys,
right, yeah,
let's go.
for sure.
Thank you.
Addicted to you too.
Yeah. Mike, but can I be the lead role in that one?
We'll get some acting classes in there. Let's get
Yeah,
you guys a
let's do
role.
Hey, let me know, because I know you said you have you're doing some acting classes. So let me know where to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool,
I'll share
cool.
that with you.
This fucking bird keeps bugging me. So
And before we head out, I got one question for everybody out there. What's your favorite Christmas movie? And is Die Hard a Christmas movie or not?
Die Hard is a fucking Christmas movie.
Yippee-ki-yay,
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
motherfucker.
Thank you guys.
Thanks.
Hey, take care of your mind, take care of your body, take care of your soul. We'll see you guys. Oh, before we go, where can we find you? Where can we find you? Where can they find you? Where can
You can
people
find me.
you?
Excuse me. You can find me on Instagram, Sonia Balcazar, and also Facebook, Sonia Balcazar. I'm also on Twitter. I'm not active on Twitter, but I do have a Twitter, Sonia Balcazar. Let's see, IMDb.
Cool. So look out for the trailer. I thought she was gonna say you can find me in the club. Anyways,
Oh,
peace out. What's
Merry
up?
Christmas.
Oh yeah,
Also,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. My birthday's on New Year's Day. So
Oh,
on New Year's Eve, when
happy
you count
birthday.
down, just say a little happy birthday for me.
Happy
We
early
will do.
birthday.
Happy early birthday.
Yeah, thank you. Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll see you guys.